flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll.
Alderman Joyce.
Here.
Alderman Hill.
Here.
Alderman Lawrence. Alderman Falconberry.
Here.
Alderman Norton.
Here.
Alderman Williams.
Here.
Number 5, approval of the minutes. Make a motion.
I second.
You will.
Set that agenda.
Okay. Approval of agenda.
No changes other than.
I'll still second.
Still make a motion.
I moved,
Approval of minutes.
Make a motion.
I'll second. First and second. On discussion. Call the roll.
Alderman Joyce.
Yes.
Alderman Hill. Alderman Falconberry.
Yes.
Alderman Norton.
yes.
Alderman Williams.
Yes.
Citizen input.
Wait, I'll speak up. I guess y'all know, I heard y'all discussing beforehand when I come in here, the water issue, the hole behind the diner. Cause it's flooding our property, the Moorheads, probably the diners. But the trash that has washed up out of that hole, because I know all y'all know, when we keep it mowed down like a yard. And it is full of debris that had to have come out of that hole or from people's houses elsewhere where it's all just rushing that way. And we just want something done about stopping that water from coming up over. Because I know it's a low spot, but Will and them probably got it worse than we did, you know, because theirs is so low and I noticed all their stuff's flooded back there. But something's going to have to be done, either built up or bigger pipes put in. But I noticed that the school, the water coming off that hill is running into the school, and now the school's going back into that, under the bridge. And it used to not flow that way. It used to flow on back towards Unionville Road. I mean, I know when I was on the board, I know we discussed this numerous times, because I remember Miss Dell coming when I was on the board and complaining about the water issue back there. You know, it's not a good marketing plan for us. I mean, I'm here for me, but I know Will's probably getting a bad end of it down there on his end where the water flows out. Because we rode through town the other day and looked to see how many houses the water had went down. We took pictures, you know, where the water was going, how it was flowing. And it seems to be coming this way, but it gets right there and it piles up on our land and it piles up in that hole. And I don't think the pump gets cut on early enough to get it out of there. And I know that creek fills up and you gotta wait for the water to go down. But if you come down to our house, where they cut that under the bridge there, we're in a 100-year floodplain, and that water will run out quicker than this will right here. And this ain't in a floodplain. This is just what we're getting from everybody that's built houses and built up, and it's come to us.
Well, Jen, I don't mean to cut you off.
I know, I'd be glad for you,
But
Tom.
I think what my issue is that I'm in a floodplain when it's dry because of the pumping of the water, and not in a technical floodplain, but my property's flooded whenever it's dry. Saturday we had dry weather, we weren't raining. I've got customers that come from 3 and 4 hours away that can't walk into my business without wet socks because of the water pumping into my my parking lot. I've done what I can to try to route the water and try to help the flow of water behind my store, and I don't really like the fact that it gets pumped behind my store right now, but I know that water has to go somewhere because there's other businesses that they don't want to be flooded. I mean, my problem is very different from Jan's because I don't want them to pump, because when they pump, it floods me. So, it's a big conflict on both ends. So
The water's always went back
it always
that way,
has.
and
I get it.
And I'm not saying,
It always has. It always has, and that's okay. And I've tried to understand that that's, it needs to go back through there, and I'm okay with that. And I've spent a lot of money to put in more gravel and to put in a lot more yard space to hold more lumber. And when it washes into the front parking lot, I can't say that the town of Chapel Hill hasn't tried to manage that water, because they have, but it's washed out, and we need another solution to that. We need a solution on both ends, from what I see, on Jan's side and my side.
Well,
Which bitch you talking about?
Cedar Direct.
Oh, up here on, okay, Tom Weeks' old bill. Okay.
Where it comes out of that manhole, the water,
Right,
where
I seen,
we're pumping.
I seen Joe shout, yeah.
Has the water always run backwards and under the bridge, or is that been,
It has
the
before,
flow
yeah.
has changed?
Yeah, it has.
But has it always?
Some of it has, and then, but it was one time when it might be filled up by now, but underneath the road there, it was coming out from, talking behind the diner, coming out to the ditch
No,
here.
it's coming from the school flowing
I
back that
understand, but it
direction.
used to come out the other way. Now,
Yes,
something
that's what
might have
I'm
been
saying.
got
How did the
stopped up or
flow
something, I don't know.
change? Because that water would go on down.
Yeah.
Now it's going back there and backing up
Yeah.
and backing everything up.
Might want to look, see if that line is broke there.
Can-
Is it still pumping out back under good?
It is.
Yes, it comes out really good back there by Will.
Yeah.
Would y'all like for me to speak
Yeah,
on this a little bit?
Absolutely.
Of course, Jan knows from when she was on the board, and Miss Delk, we sat in here and talked about it last year when it flooded. Our plan, our initial plan for moving water faster out of that pond is a bigger pump, bigger line, that gets down this way and avoids your property, your property on the other end. And my initial thought was to go after a FEMA grant to get that done. Not sure that can happen. So, the first thing we would need to think about is if we're going to get it done in any kind of a timely manner, we just need to talk about it during this year's budget and just do it as a project that we're paying for instead of we can continue to look for grants, but I can't guarantee that we're going to find any grant money to fund it. We talked today about further helping your issue, maybe by core drilling that manhole and diverting it down to the ditch before it ever gets, so that none of it's going to come out of that manhole to begin with to keep it from going down that drive. But I think your biggest issue is it just getting in your parking lot where people are trying to park.
If it can go through the back of my business, it can be very much a short-term fix.
Yeah, we talked about cleaning up right there to get it to cleaning up and damming up a little where to go back
A couple curbs
in the back.
run what I need done. But we go into the front of a business like that, it actually, in addition to the parking lot issue, it floods into the lumber yard where I can't get to lumber on my yard with a forklift if it's head really wet. And that cripples me.
Why did it just start doing that? Because it never used
It's
to do
done
that.
that
It used
since
to just,
we've been in the building. It's flooded a lot since we've done that. Now, we've done some things to try to stop it on our own, and Mark's helped to try to alleviate the problem, but I think the water issue now, we've got a bigger issue now. And it's coming, but, I can't say that y'all haven't tried, but we've got a problem.
Well, and especially if we start pumping far more water through the same route, we'll have a bigger problem. So whatever we did to pump water faster out of the retention pond, it would need to not go that same route. And then, once again, we've talked about this as we've talked about this plan. It won't solve the problem. It won't keep debris from, getting loose. It'll just move the water out of there faster. But during a flood like we had last year, I can't imagine a pump or a line that would move it out of there fast enough to keep water out of that pond or keep up with the rain. There's just too much rain coming in, too fast at times for any pump to keep up with it. It'll just go away quicker. So I want everybody to understand that we're not, I don't don't see a complete solution to the problem. We may be able to make it go away faster, but I don't think we can solve it.
There's not gonna be a solution if we don't have a plan, and it seems like, I know when I was on here, we had a priority sheet one time, and that was one of the things, one of the top 3 things, we're gonna fix that hole.
That's my concern. I've been coming for years, and there's always a plan, and there's always a study, but we're back at square one. I don't know. You know, and now you say there's no solution. I mean,
To me, a grant's gonna take way too long to get that fixed. I mean, you know how long it takes to apply for a grant, get it, get the money. And the debris, I mean, maybe we should put up those, or maybe y'all should put up those, like they do when they do construction, those black things that hold all that crap to the right side of the construction area instead of on our property. I don't know. I asked Marion, I asked Brian, and I asked Jackie to go right by there and look at it
I did
today.
look at it. Somebody's got a lot of it out here, a lot of it. So I
Oh, no,
looked
that
to
front
see.
corner by Will's thing, unless they got down there today, is it still there?
It was still,
I haven't been by
there's
there.
more water in that,
Yeah.
when we went down to.
Is it around the far end of the gate? Because I went down.
I should really try it.
It's more water than I've ever seen in it. I guess it's running off.
We've had a lot more water than any of us would ever expect right now.
Well, it
And these
came
issues are gonna be a lot better,
this
a
time.
lot higher right now. But I don't, we're just creeping up on the rainy season.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but you ain't seen nothing till
Oh.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Well, I understand it only
Yeah,
happens
we
a
can't
couple
get in
times
there
a
and
year,
do it
but
tonight.
I mean,
Well, no, there's no solution right
that's all
now.
Right.
sticks in
I know
the
that.
junk.
Oh, yeah, I didn't make it around to that side. No. Okay.
This is the trash that was behind the diner, that's gonna be on the diner property or somewhere. That's ours. And that's just the water that just come out of the ditch and piled up.
This is the side that I was able to see.
Mhm.
That's what I seen your construction box stuff still laying
Yeah,
outside.
I guess that washed across the street. I guess the water got up over the road and their construction stuff washed over there, their box and their 2x4s. It must have been pretty high right there. And I don't know that that water's ever gotten over that road
Yeah.
10 years ago. 10 years ago? I know we've had that property for 10 years and it ain't never been over the road
Over the
until
road right there.
the last year, or that last February, I guess it was.
Water come across, and your frame on it right there. And water come across from that ditch, come across over in that garden spot yet where those 4 or 5 new houses are at.
That's when
That's when it-
yeah, I remember when it did fill up
Yeah.
that once. But not from our side of the road, it didn't come off of our side. It didn't come up from that hole, it come off from Henry's side.
you're saying, Mark,
all
there's no
it all
solution at
mixed
all? I
together.
mean, there's nothing?
I'm just, no, what I'm saying is, we can make it better, but we're not gonna, there's nothing we can put in that retention pond that will keep up with a flood water. It'll come in there a whole lot faster than we can get it out. We
What
can
about-
get it out faster than we're doing now. But, like say, instead of a 2-week problem like we had last February, we might have a 5-day problem, but we're not, there's no, I can't, if there's something that will make it stop, I don't know what it is. Because the water is gonna go the route that it's going now. And I don't know how to, I don't know that there's anything that we can do to make it go, a different
Okay,
direction.
but what does it take? Like she said, if it was a top priority a few years ago and nothing's still done, then do I need to keep coming to a meeting and tell you about it? Or, if it's top priority and whatever, I don't know what else. And didn't somebody say it was in the budget last year to do something? And maybe not, I don't know about the
We had
budget.
them check this and see what we could do. The creek here, but the creek down here is higher than it is in here.
Uh-huh.
So that shows you water. When you run it in, it goes in and goes down here, this gate, and it comes right back into town, just like it.
We have this kind of problem and it's created from more building. I don't understand why we're doing more building if we can't handle what we've got right now. That just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You're saying that it's not working, but we're building more and we're putting more water right down here, and I don't know, doesn't seem like it making a lot of sense.
Can that hole be dug
there was some calculations done on what it would take, you know, as far as the size of a retention pond to maybe hold a 5-year flood. And it would take, you know, 20 more acres worth of retention pond to hold that much
That was
water.
the last conversation we were talking about behind your land from you.
Yeah, would y'all like to buy that land and make a bigger home
But-
so it would have lived with
A
it?
reasonable price.
Well, I mean, that's what we talked about, is even with your land right there, you know, adding that much to it, it's still gonna fill right up. It would take a significant amount more land to handle a 5-year flood.
Well, it don't seem like, well, maybe so, but it don't seem like if you dug all that out right there, I mean, it's laying on top of our land for 3 or 4 days, so if you dug a hole deeper, it would just lay in that hole.
It's coming back up.
Or another thing is, can you not divert that water that comes all the way from Biggers over there, back there behind the park, and put a hole back there behind the city park that nobody uses in that
You said
ball
I'm
field?
better than my neighborhood. I'm already swimming out, lady.
Huh? Well, I'm just saying that would take that water, if you dug ditches back there and you could divert it over there
Like I said,
and you
we're
know.
already so pretty deep over there in Biggers and Bell.
It wouldn't, y'all's ran off a lot faster than any other.
It's still
side.
there. If you go in there and you look right now, just right over right there at the back corner of the park,
Uh-huh.
it's pretty deep right there. And when they built those houses, it just pushed over to that one. Yeah, it went into the city park. Like I said, why it's not retaining right there in that corner right now, I don't have a good answer. Behind it, it was real deep, and if you look over there, right in the corner, it's up over that mound.
But it's not over the road like it does sometimes. It
you're
drained
right.
somewhere, it went
Yeah.
somewhere.
They put some kind of, Moorhead put some kind of French drain or something there in the back of it, and it diverted it. I don't know. I honestly don't know. We were
Could there be
discussing that
another-
earlier.
That's
Like
the
the
reason,
back there
that's
to
the reason
divert
the
that
sewer plant's overloaded right now, because probably the sewer is probably over top of our
Backing into
sewer.
the sewer.
And it's going down, some of it's going down in it, satisfied, it's gotta be.
Exactly right.
So what we gonna do, nothing?
Like I say, you know,
I mean, I'm at a loss.
understand.
I mean, to me, you come down here and I even thought it when I was on the board, it's like battling, you know,
City Hall.
anything. Yeah, it is.
well, I mean, it's this simple. I don't think that there's, you know, I was hoping that there was a grant that we could get to pay for it. I don't think that is going to be the solution. So it's a matter of finding out what it costs, putting it in the budget, and doing the project. I mean, it's that simple.
So when y'all had the people come in that done all that studying, what was what can they do? What did they say do?
Put a
To
bigger line up
improve
this
it.
road.
Do what?
Yeah, I mean, that's basically.
pump.
Bigger pump,
Bigger
bigger
lines.
line, and then it just goes in a circle. So
And when did we do that? Or when did y'all do that?
since I've been on board, so less than a year ago, that's when we had the town meeting over here at the community center.
Not to sound hateful, because I've been in y'all's position, but if it's been a year, then maybe something should have moved on it. We find money to buy other things, and we find money to do other stuff with taxpayers' money, but we can't find money to fix a drainage problem.
And you know, I can't stress enough, I've yet to have anybody tell me that it can be fixed. It can only be helped. And this is people far smarter than I am. And I just want everybody to, you know, be real clear on the information that I'm getting, which is we can move it faster and turn a week problem into a 3-day problem. But we're not going to eliminate that problem.
Then I guess my next question is when we gonna start moving it faster?
Can I ask a question? Is there any way that we can utilize the water that's being collected? Is there any way that can be treated and turned into usable water in the town somehow?
I would say that that's probably possible, but at what cost, I have no idea, and what type of infrastructure it would take, you know.
I mean, if we don't have anywhere to go with it, maybe there's a way to use what collecting and collect it in a better way.
Yeah, I think storage, you know, is the ultimate issue. We know we can collect it.
But I mean, instead of spending the money towards fixing this short-term problem, because you know, as the town grows and things happen, I mean, I see this circling back in 10 to 15 to 20 years back into this room. Maybe the answer is not to fix the flood problem, but putting more money towards
deal, where the water flows would,
And it may be not enough water to justify a
okay, wait, let me say this, where the water flows, if the city found a pocket full of money out here that they could buy some land, would the people sell that land to build a retention pond big enough for that? I know she said, yeah, she'd sell hers.
but whether they can come to an agreement price.
Women now, would Becky and Dean, would y'all sell part of y'all?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You know,
There's this
it's-
family though, Jackie. Mine's just, we bought a piece
I
of land.
understand that. I understand that. But now would they, you know, it's got to bottle somewhere. Now where's it going to bottle at? You know,
But if we don't have an answer, why do we continue to build and build and build, and we want to grow and all this, and it sounds great that we're growing, but we've got a problem that we can't handle that there's not a solution to.
there's no.
So, and so we're just gonna, just keep on keeping on. I mean,
And the
I
ones
think
that's
what we-
suffering is the 3 people, 4 people down here that's coming back home. And so,
Right.
but
Hey, was it different on your property this time?
Pardon me?
Was it different on y'all's property this time?
Well, no, not really.
So it was different
It
on
just-
your property?
It just
it has been the
stays,
last 2
stays.
times that it
Yes.
flooded, and it's been different on our property.
It stays, and it,
So,
kills trees, and we replant and that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
oh yeah,
that kind of thing.
but that was there before you,
The trees.
before you
Oh,
built it.
yes.
Another big thing with that too is in the summertime, when the water gets so low they quit pumping it, the mosquitoes get so bad you can't go out of there.
And you can't
But that
spray.
was there before you built the property.
The mosquitoes, yeah, but they used to spray it, but they quit doing it because it's not
Well, 50
Well,
years.
we don't know
wherever it is.
But
Make
you
it-
know, I'm
make it
all for
larger
using
than
our
water, it's
energy,
just
all we
like
can
that.
use
It's
do something that we can do something about it. If we can't do anything about it,
Plus that hole is flooded every time.
I'm sorry, but
Well, what caused the
maybe
problem?
our church board keep the rain back.
Right, but
I
you see
don't
what I'm
know.
saying? If it,
No, okay.
what caused the problem? A bit more building?
I don't know, that's what I,
Well, we've never had
That
had
would seem
problems like that
logical
before.
to me.
Okay. But so we're just gonna keep building and making the problem worse for us? Then maybe it's time to call
understand
the attorney.
exactly what you're saying,
Yeah.
that,
No, okay. Just wanna make sure everybody knows where I stand. So,
and I think you're,
okay, that's fine.
I think what we've got started now is on this moratorium that we've got is we're not gonna build any more houses except what we've done allotted for in different places right now. But it's done over here, cannot split lots up, land up, like if you wanna sell 10 acres yours on the far end, if they're on the end. If you wanna sell that strip down through there, you could not do that the way it is.
See, they blocked you off from selling your land too.
No,
You can't build.
no, I ain't-
No, what I'm
We're
saying is
trying.
she can't build, I mean, if she wanted to with the property that she's got on, she's locked in and can't build.
She
But all
can't
these other,
subdivide it.
yeah.
She cannot subdivide it right now.
Okay, no problem. No
You
problem.
understand what I'm saying?
But it hurts us if we want to go down there and put 4 houses.
Exactly.
We can be like everybody else, bring in a lot of.
Well, that's what my next question was.
And that's
Can we
exactly
bring
right.
in
And see, I
over
can
there?
do that.
That was
I can do some things that's only gonna divert that water on my neighbors on Maple Street. And I don't wanna do that. I just want the problem fixed. I really don't. I don't wanna be ugly about it. But, it's just getting old and it's just getting more and more and more. And I come and I try to be nice and you say, well, we don't have a solution. And
Well, I understand.
it's on and on and on, and I wanna do the right thing.
I think
I don't wanna have to do,
I might have been in here when the prior board
Right.
before us was in here and done that big study.
Mhm.
You're gonna have to put the big pipes in, all this stuff right here. And they talked about bukus of millions of dollars to do that. And see what they will do that.
But we got 700 something thousand to go buy a new building.
Okay.
I ain't trying to
You
be
trying
smart.
to push
I'm
the
just,
button now.
I'm just saying we find money to buy other stuff. That's if we
Okay.
want to look good as a city and have a nice building. That's great. I don't
Okay.
think it's good to have that new city building, but
So
we gotta look
700
good completely as a whole town. When people drive through, it's good to have a nice building down there. But what's if the rest of the town don't look good? What good's that new building do? And I don't mean that in a smart way. I'm just trying to make sense. I'm just trying to make sense of, cleaning up things and doing things, we gotta clean up everything. I would just like to have it where if we want to sell that property, it ain't. I mean, right now, if I went down there and put a for sale sign on it, somebody drive by and put it on Facebook, say, "Boop, you don't want this because it floods, and you ain't gonna put no house in there."
We did that on the corner of Beggars and Bell, and they still put 4 houses there and sold for
I know, and they're
a
water came right back down on
$200,000.
us.
Yeah. They build them up.
Apparently
That water-
they'll still buy it because they bought it
I
down
know,
there.
if we go down there and build up and put 4 houses in there, where's that water gonna go?
Okay, now, you're talking about those 4 houses up there on Bigger Street. Okay, that's what you're talking about. I watched that like a clock. That water did not come down that ditch to go to your place.
Yeah, that water run the other day. We went through there and it's running back. It comes down Lawrence and it comes McElhaney's old house right there, there, and it goes down and cuts across and goes to the Delks and then comes in
Well, I
that hole.
didn't see nothing. I was down there too. I didn't see nothing coming down that ditch much.
That ditch right there where you turn off of onto
Ever
Lawrence. What is that? Biggers
Right.
Bale, whatever that is right there. And you turn back. That ditch right there was running straight around through there and coming back that way and running down the culverts.
But I didn't see it going down that, you know what I'm talking
And it all
about, that
comes to
swag,
town.
that swag there, with no water down
Like I said, that water disappeared a lot quicker down there on Biggers,
there. Okay.
on those houses right there than it normally does.
And we can sit here and argue about this all night long.
And I don't want to,
Oh, I
because
just-
I've been on that
I
side
just
and I don't
wanna
want to sit
answer
there and
the
listen to somebody argue. I would just like to come up with some kind of solution and not be put off for another year, you know? Like I said, it's just dirt on ours that I would like somebody to clean up because it's not our trash.
And so the plan is to do the bigger pipes or not? Is that, you
I
said
don't
that's
see how the
just a
city can
fix?
afford it. We talking about now, this
Okay.
other stuff that's going on in the town that's gonna take a bunch more money, not counting the $700-some-thousand for the bank down there, but other projects that we've got to do that the state is gonna make us Band-Aid to do, that we ain't got the money to do it. I don't know how we're gonna do that. I don't know how we're gonna do it. 'Cause we
Like
can't
those
afford it.
80 houses or whatever that
No,
takes
it's
us off
no
of
way,
it.
they don't even count on that right there. I'm talking about what the state is going, what we've got now, that we're gonna have to redo that or the sewer plant. We haven't got the money to do it. I don't know how we're gonna do it. You know, if somebody walked in here tonight and offered $500 by the sewer and water department, I'd probably well vote to do it, but I ain't gonna vote. But I'd sure push for it to get us out from underneath it.
Maybe that'd be the best option to sell it.
You got that pipe.
Huh?
You got that pipe.
Nobody likes to buy other people's junk. Tom, what do you think? What can we do? Is there anything that can be done?
Yeah, and I don't know, I don't remember exactly what the engineer said, but I mean, that was specifically what they were studying, and that was the best plan that they could come up with. And there, you know, it's not a legal question. It doesn't sound like it's an engineering question as to whether that could be accomplished.
So basically, we didn't get anything out of that, whatever we paid for that engineering plan. We couldn't take their recommendations, I guess.
There's some recommendations they gave us that we could do that would help.
Would help, okay.
It would help. Get rid of it a little quicker. As of right now, we haven't done that. I think one of the starts was putting a bigger pump, a better pumping system behind the diner. Open up the drainage in the driveways, making them a little open up some bigger covers, let it drain out faster and quicker. And making some bigger lines in certain areas.
But that just puts the bigger drainage, puts it this
No,
way.
we understand that.
Like if we went down there and on Lawrence Avenue down through there and replaced all them covers down through there, it'd been the world's worst it is down there
It
now.
would all come down here.
I'm
You understand what I'm
I'm not asking to do all that. You know, the ditches there probably is some ditches in Chapel Hill that
Correct.
probably needs to be cut out. That's not good. But I'm just asking to get either the bigger pipe or the bigger pump or something just to keep it flowing, or turn it on before it gets full. Because the other night, it was not on. It was not on the night that it rained so hard. It come up 4 feet and then it got turned on. It was almost overlapping the top
We
where
can
the
do
pump
that.
got
It's
turned
running
on.
now.
We
I
can
don't know.
definitely improve the diner and the pumping system. That can be improved.
When?
I
I think it can be done. I just want to know when it can be done.
I mean, I just want to keep reiterating that we're talking about, you know, when we talk about a few hours of the pump being on, we're talking about a fly drinking out of a dog bowl.
Well, a lot of that pipe, I mean, if you go down there and look at the pump, it's got a gallon of water shooting out from around the hose. I mean, it's not,
We're
and I don't
talking-
know if that's supposed to be like that, but more water is coming, about a gallon's coming back in than because it's got a leak or something around where the clamp is.
Quite a bit of it is getting out because it's flooding his parking lot.
Oh, and I understand. I ride back there and I look to make sure that it's draining every day. I go by twice a day and I go back there to make sure that it's still pumping the big out the drain.
I see Jan's argument being positive for her, being a negative for me.
Well, I don't even think it would be a negative for you if they would cut that ditch.
Well, that's right. If we had a way for it to get to where it needs to go.
Is the water running in front of your buildings? It coming from what we're pumping back there, coming down the road there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a deed recorded.
And you could probably get one of them big concrete things and sit right there and divert that water.
The way to get water down there. I'm not sure, but I saw that deed.
I feel like a bulldozer working a little dirt and some blocks could fix your problem a little bit easier than the other problem.
Yes, it was this
I think so. I think it did help it significantly. Maybe using some concrete just to divert some water.
And I think our pumping system behind the diner needs to be a little bit more professional look. At least look a little better, look like we are trying, make it bigger, get it out quicker. Make it look more safer to be doing it.
Wait, and that's another thing, not to bark on this, but what is gonna happen if a child goes down there, you know, like they was canoeing canoeing out there one night under the bridge? What if a child goes back there and starts canoeing and drowns in that water? Who's gonna be responsible for that? You know, and what if they get over on us, you know? Maybe a fence would be nice around that. What happened if a child got out there and drowned in that hole? Or got sucked in that thing?
Child could
It
drown in the school
I mean, there's
parking lot.
no protection around it. I mean, if you think about it,
You
you
can drown in a foot of water. They can drown in the school parking lot right here in front. Every day at school, they let the kids out, they can drown out there in front of that. You can drown in 6 inches foot of water.
Well, it's just like, I don't know what the legal part of it would be. If somebody went down there in the river right now and drowned it, they're gonna sue State Park down there where it runs through the river.
they could probably.
Do what? I don't know.
You can sue anybody just for anything anymore. I'm done. I mean,
Okay, just I want to ask one legal question. So I've heard you talk about doing things to divert the water. So as a landowner, I can do something that diverts the water off of my property onto somebody else, as he was talking about?
but we're not diverting it off our property. I want Will to understand, it's not coming off of our property. It's-
I'm just asking. He said they were diverted off of his. So I can do whatever I need to do to divert the water off my
Can't
land?
change the direction of the flow of the water, I don't think, or the gravity that's already affected, but you can prevent it from getting around your house, I think. I don't know
Okay.
what the law is, Todd.
Yeah, I mean, just very, and I'm not with respect to your specific situation, but very generally, you can't divert the water onto someone else's property to increase the flow, the natural flow. You can't change the natural flow to increase the amount of water or cause damage by sending it faster. But that's, you have to have experts come in and testify if you have that kind of situation. It's very complicated from the town's perspective, but also between individual property owners, it can be very complicated to prove.
It's very complicated with them because the town uses their property to divert the water coming in. They were nice enough to allow, didn't they come through there? It was put on you, those ditches when they drained, or that was always the natural flow.
I guess, I don't know. I don't know how the hole got there, I remember that.
See, our issue is, even if we brought dirt in there, we're not diverting no water, so we can put as much dirt in there as we want to, because it's not a natural flow, it's y'all's flowing over on us, so am I hearing that correctly?
Lawrence Avenue that turns right there was.
So it's the natural flow to that hole? Is that what you're saying? That's the natural flow?
According to the elevations, that's just the lowest,
But if I
spot.
built something that I can build something that would change the.
Well, like,
Okay.
to Jan's question, the town, to my knowledge, wouldn't have a legal reason to not let her bring dirt and put it on her property.
Right.
Because, as the attorney alluded to, we have to have engineering and scientific proof that, if she did that, that would cause a problem. And, in order to make that determination, we would have to do a engineering and scientific study on every property that is in the town.
So actually, Wheel is the one that's really getting diverted on, correct? Is that, okay. Or that's.
So that's not the natural flow of the water, right
That's
there?
correct.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. Okay.
No, it's not.
No, that's where it's pumped on the ground.
We're pumping it to it. It's not natural flow.
It goes on the ground down to there, so there's got must be boiling up out of there.
At that manhole.
I didn't mean to take up so much of y'all's time. I know, I've been on that side, I just want y'all to know that it's bothering us, and I think it's bothering the depths, and I know it's bothering Will's business.
I know it bothers everybody down through there. There ain't no way we can get out of it,
But if you go by there though, say 2 days, say it don't rain for 2 days and you go by there, we're the only ones affected. Our property's the only ones that still got water on it in the Moorheads, or the guys or
Well,
whatever.
now my yard still has water on it, and I'm not in any way affected by that. My backyard, I've still got some standing water, and that's not from, that had been
Which way
diverted.
does y'all's water flow now?
Mine, the other day I looked, it was flowing, south.
Flat out ditch underneath behind the farmer's bank.
I know, where does it go when it goes that way though? Down to Jimmy and then down
Right.
that forest? Okay. And
Yes,
down.
I have water in my backfield today, but I didn't have water in there before the rain. It was easier today to fill up again because the ground was soaked, but it did go down and then it filled back up.
Mine never completely went away, but it hadn't completely stopped raining. And we had my whole backyard was full, so for it to be that close, and I'm sure I'm sitting on solid rock. It's hard for water to get through rock, isn't it? But I'm just saying that you're not the only, and you've got a particular problem that I don't have, but it's, there's so much rain at one time so fast. And we have a hard time handling it anyway. I would like
Oh,
to
and
fix it for you, but
I understand it come fast, don't get me wrong, I'm just saying in the past, it hasn't always been like
been like
that.
that.
So there was a reason that it started flooding the way it does right there.
Yeah,
And
something's
if you could
changed.
find out what that caused that to do that
Correct it.
and correct it, then
I'm
it
with
wouldn't be like that.
That's really changed this, those 4 houses across the street from me.
It's climate change.
Oh, no, it wasn't that, it was all that come off of, what's them streets back there, where they built all them other new houses and all that water. And a lot too, is probably when they put the football field in, that water runs down. You know, there's a lot of reasons that it is the way
We're
it
talking
is.
about your front yard, Mrs. Telk, is that what we're talking about with you? Where, around your driveway, is that the, okay.
Did it get over the driveway?
Yeah, but it went down. It pushed it down a little bit. But it's in the back, so it's a little different.
There is a cover on Lawrence that shoots across, that goes behind some houses and that takes that water through their property.
Next to the
Bless you.
trailer.
Thank you.
So that
Do you?
it
I've got
is
to be
a
next to them.
pathway that
That would be lovely. Then you want
That's
there's
on
some here.
Harvey's property.
Oh, okay.
Harvey's property on the corner. Would y'all wanna recommend something, maybe have a,
I mean, I just want to be, you know, honest with everybody in saying that I think we can help it. I don't think we can solve it. You know, I think there's things that can be done to help it. I just don't think the math works out to solve it, because you have X million gallons of rain coming to a spot, and we can't move it fast enough to solve the problem. We can only help it. And that's, you know, that's all I want to try to make clear.
Well, can we ask that it be put on the agenda, or whatever you call it, for the budget committee to discuss and figure out exactly how much money and
for a bigger pump, or do a sump pump?
or what's
Or
the
something
best
down there in that
thing?
hole to
Right.
do it, and put a new line down through there, if they had to run it through the ditch over around there.
Oh, I don't know anything about it.
So that's never been on the budget before?
No.
Anything to fix it? Oh,
It's been brought up.
But you know, if we put what they put in that 3-phase pump down there one time, it burned up the next day. Is that right, Horace?
We put the pump out there and it was pumped in, and we pumped one day, and then it burn up after it sucked all that mud and stuff it up in it, and burned it up.
Well, there's a lot of trash
So
that's
that's not
probably
the
getting in there
plan,
too.
to use that.
But
We
you
tried that.
gotta fix a way of, have some way to fix it where you cannot sit down in there on that mud and stuff.
There's a
Try to
way.
burn it up after
it's
day.
sitting on something now.
That's
there's
way over me.
We'd have to build something similar to like our Morningside lift station, that, you know, where it can handle a lot of goop and trash and all that kind of thing, and, you know, size the pumps accordingly to move as much water as we can.
Can we put a pipe? If we put it in the budget, can we have enough to put a pipe underneath the road there where we got that excess, where that drain goes all the way through there in front of the school? Stay in the ditch line and run that thing plumb to the creek over.
Yeah, that, we would have, I mean, if we were gonna put more water out there, we would have to have a bigger line to put it through, because that 6-inch will only handle.
Okay, because,
So
and you
much.
know, I'm satisfied the school's not gonna let us dig another ditch across that new parking lot they got back behind school.
Yeah, it would have to be something probably
In the
that come up
Make it to the
Unionville
creek.
Road here.
Where's that line that we already on?
It runs up there and runs up to the front of the, with a gym, and it comes up right there, comes out with a gym right there, and it runs down a little bit, I think it should work right up to there.
That's the one we bought in 1920. Is that there is a deed in the 1920s where they were trying to solve this. I know I'll have to go look it up.
No, we didn't have no deed, nothing, we just, went up there and put the line.
Well, we asked the county to go through there. Yeah,
And
that county gave us an easement through there to do that, because there wasn't nothing back there.
It's gonna
You know,
go
but now
in
you're
front
talking about all that parking lot, and I know
That's
they
no
go to
guarantee.
get the parking lot, and go back further. I would, maybe we could stay in the ditch, probably easier digging going through the ditch,
yeah.
all the way to it.
Number one priority last year was to include the budget.
I know there was a
Well, I didn't say it was not one.
That's what somebody
But that was
said.
after, I don't know. I don't know.
I didn't make it.
I think it was their number one.
priority in finding out solutions, which then you gotta call engineers, and then you gotta wait on.
Maybe
And find the money.
Okay, that's
You know,
fine.
some things we just don't know.
Ms. Delk, we did talk about it being a priority last year.
I thought, that's
And-
what I thought you told me.
Yes, and we
Right.
talked about, trying to go through the FEMA funding to try
Right.
to get it done, because I was thinking it'd probably take $500,000 to do it.
Right.
And now I'm not as confident that might be
Okay,
a
and that's what I was,
funded.
that's what I thought.
But yes,
That-
we-
You had told me that was priority,
we-
and
we
I
did
thought,
talk
it's not in
about
the
it being
budget, that doesn't make
priority.
sense. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Any more citizen input?
Yes, sir. I think our problem is not gonna be nearly as difficult.
This is just.
I will say this about the water issue,
We're asking for.
take it from an old farm boy. Every 1 inch of water that falls on 1 acre of ground is how many gallons? It's 27,000 gallons of water. And we had rain like we had last Wednesday night, when it rained 4 inches in no time flat. It's a hard problem to solve, and I hope, I'll be in prayer for y'all. I know it's tough.
Put some extra in for me personally.
Lisa and I are with the Potter's Hands on the north end of town, and our problem has been,
As much stuff as they have water.
yeah, Chapel Hill has been very, 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 very good to us. They've been very generous and blessed us with a lot of donations, and surrounding communities too. And this is what we would like to do with a privacy fence on the north side of the building and a storage building. We're asking for your permission to do that. And we're also working on the south end of the building inside to help us
Proceed.
receive and to work through donations faster. So that, and we will not have the unsightliness, I promise you out front again. We've got signs up out front to stop the donations during, non-business hours.
It is so much better. Thank you for what you've done. I know
we're
that took a
trying.
huge effort.
We are
but
trying.
Every day's a huge effort.
More help is on the way, and that's going to be huge for us too. We have a trailer docked in Lewisburg, where we can send things overseas now. That's such a blessing. And we are working on it. We really, really are, but we would like to have this right here.
Yeah, with the fence and the storage, but right now it's cold and it's raining and when everybody starts getting their tax return checks and new furniture starts rolling in and spring cleaning comes,
Yeah.
it's not uncommon, and we don't.
Is it a problem with people just leaving stuff after hours?
That's
the main
thing.
majority.
Yeah,
of it.
we come in and
So this would be extra work for y'all, but it would be,
doesn't give them a place to put stuff.
I think it would be accessible to.
Yes,
me.
place to put it, yes. Give
On
them
the
a place
north
to
side,
put it.
that'd be between you and Dollar General, am I
Yes, ma'am.
correct?
Is there a reason why they can't do this here, Mark? I was just gonna say, we talked about permission from the property owner, and then, this would have to come before the planning commission, right, Todd, to approve that?
Well, I guess if you're basically looking for a new site plan revision,
Yeah.
that would file that to go before the planning commission, not this board.
And is it feasible that, I know you're limited resources and people and everything else, but I know a lot of people at the dumpster put stuff next to the dumpster, don't even bother putting it in. And I don't want y'all to think I'm picking on you, but it wasn't what I like to look at. Will y'all be able to get the stuff behind the fence in a timely manner that people immediately leave in front of y'all?
We're gonna keep on requesting that people don't leave anything.
Yeah, I bet they're gonna do it,
So,
and the result falls on y'all.
So far, so good. The last couple of weeks.
The only thing that got left was something I had prayed for,
Well, that's,
and it's hot.
well, good. Okay, well, that's, you know,
But
I think
yes,
as long as y'all are trying, and we're gonna work with y'all too. Because
Sure.
y'all help a lot of people outside this community, a lot of people in this community, and this is a small little favor that little message that people are supposedly leaving. I think we can cure and find a problem and help y'all solve it. And if we can't, I will personally.
We're trying, and it takes work that people they don't understand, and when the older you get, then that's not an excuse, but it's hard to physically just,
People do
Move
drop
the
things
house
off there all the
every
time.
day.
I've done it myself. I've done it myself, and I'm going to continue to do to help people in this community and outside this community and way beyond. So I have no reason this should not be a problem if this board, but whatever they got to do next, they need to go ahead and get that done.
Would y'all come up and get with Mark tomorrow or one day before we have the next planning commission, see what we do, get on the agenda to them,
Okay.
and we can do that.
Yeah, we can get it on the agenda. I'll try to work with y'all and let you know exactly what you need to bring to the planning commission so that it can get passed. That'll be the next step they'll have to do.
This front gate will be open. I mean, it'll be unlocked all the time when people.
They can go through there and dump it out. That's perfect.
and
That'll work.
and you feel like that'll be
I used to bring
enough?
a car loads down there and leave you.
Well, we'll try it first. If it ain't, we'll solve it.
And the law has been very good to us.
Have
It's
you
been watching.
asked the guidance counselor here at school for volunteers? Because the kids who are looking for the promise scholarships and those kind of things to
We
volunteer.
have a lady working on such as that.
the
right
time
now.
of functioning, just with all of the stuff, keeps me from doing all of that work. We have a lady that's trying to put a committee together that will just
You know,
do that kind
that's a
of
good
thing
question.
for
High
us.
school kids are always looking for,
Would that count?
that would count
Yeah,
towards their
yeah, when we
volunteer,
get
yeah.
them, we get them.
We got
that
high
would
school
be
kids
fine.
now that's coming to the grade school down there that's doing reading programs and stuff to different classes for that promise thing that it gets signed off on.
Absolutely. Okay.
Gets signed off.
And that would be some grant for you.
Yeah.
And I have no
15,
problem with
15.
it.
Boy Scouts,
There's no
so
child
they
labor
use a
where I am.
chip.
We have Devin.
You get us a good deal on the lumber for the fence, buddy?
What's that?
You get us a good deal on the lumber for the fences?
He does get it, and we're trying to do our due diligence, because for us, this is a lot of money. It's a quarter of what we draw every year to live on. So to spend it and then find out we're gonna have more problems, and it sounds like everybody wants to help us keep doing what we love to do.
Thank you for doing it.
Absolutely.
Don't always love it,
But thank you, guys.
but we gotta know before something else.
Before we shoot you.
I think you've done most of what you'll need for the planning commission. We just might have to talk about a few specifics that you need to bring to them.
I have a question. So, the fence, this is pertains to this, the fence on Will, do I have to come to the planning commission board? Because I know y'all was asking for me to sign a paper saying that his fence was okay.
They went to the planning commission on this. I mean, we did, and finally got him to do it. I mean, the company was gonna do it, what, 6 months out before they could do it? I think I'm right?
That's right. With a dollar.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6 months. I said, well, they, need
So
to
what
push
about
it
as
up.
far as the neighbors having to sign off on that?
You're the only one that is
Why?
a residential property adjoining that property.
Because
Everybody,
I told him I was gonna sign off on it.
everybody else is across the street or, adjoining commercial property.
I don't have a problem with his fence. I don't have a problem with the way he's got it, as long as it's maintained. And that's something, before I sign off, I wanna make sure there's something saying it's gonna be maintained and kept reasonable, and not just, oh yeah, it's a great fence,
But yes, that
What-
was
and
passed,
what's gonna happen if I don't sign off on it?
it was passed conditional to you to sign off on it, so I'm guessing that there would have to be a different plan, for that one side. I think the other sides are already in compliance with what was recommended, but it's just a matter of one side that adjoins the residential property, if I remember correctly.
And the other question is somebody gonna clean that stuff up off our lot to come out that hole? Or am I gonna push it back off on that hole?
That I can do.
Okay.
When it dries up, I can come over there.
Well, I'm sure more will be there after this.
Right.
Week.
Pick that trash up.
You better get a scoop. That's all I have. Thank y'all for y'all's time.
We'll ask them to do it first, or we can do it.
Who's that?
We'll ask Moorheads. and
It's not, it's the like little sticks and stuff that come out of that flood water.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
coming from everywhere.
It is, it's coming from everywhere.
I mean, there's bottles, Coke bottles, there's whatever, you
Okay.
know. So,
We'll get it for you.
all right, thank y'all. Sorry I took so much of y'all's time. I've been on that side and I don't like it either, so. Sorry about that.
Anything else? Communication from me, I'm the mayor. We got a lot on the plate. I have, if I have to get up and leave, I may not have been here, some of y'all may have, if the phone rings, I gotta go, I got some sickness in the family. Let y'all know that ahead of time. Because I can't do it. Let's go to the reports.
And is that was your mayor report?
Yeah, no, that's just communication. I haven't got, I'm just going through the reports that's in there.
I'd just like to put a plug in for the census, and how important it is that we, let everybody know that, getting counted means revenue. So that'll be coming up, and we'll be putting out some information and doing some things to promote, getting everyone counted and making sure that, our population is correct.
Can we do a flyer in the mail for that?
There's some mail outs going out, I think, to, not 100% I'm right about this, but there's some mail outs going out, I think, in March, to every household to kind of get everybody prepped and explain the different ways, that you can go about reporting and all that stuff. And, the county, has been involved with the Census Bureau for a few months now. There's a committee started to try to get all these materials out. But it'll be important for us to get everybody that we can counted.
It says we will be distributing. Is we the city or we the?
Yeah,
We
I'll be distributing some things, just on the counter.
It's not the census itself.
Correct. Facebook, Census Bureau actually hires people to go out and try to finish the job.
Yeah.
Once they see who may be left. And Scott probably can tell you as much about it as I can. He's been as involved as I have.
Well, I'm gonna ask, do you know how many rentals we have of the community center? You didn't, okay. I told y'all I was gonna ask that question every time. Number of code complaints?
I can think of 3.
Well, we're gonna start getting that report from Chad on the codes. Is that something we discussed or didn't discuss?
I had hoped we would get one from that and from the other. I would like to just know that information, just if we need to.
Well, did we ever decide we was going to or not? That we just talked about it? Do y'all remember?
As I understand it, we were gonna ask, to draw a resolution to make all department heads do it or else drop it.
So what we gonna do?
I thought the consensus was that we were gonna ask all department heads.
If we're gonna look at money savings and we've got some things on the plate, how we're gonna pay for things to get people some, like this, we need to look where we need to save money or spend more money. And it's something, how can you make an informed decision on anything or a budget if you don't know anything? That's That's just all I'm saying, and I'm sorry that I get people upset, but it's upsetting to me that I don't know much of anything.
I don't think it's making nobody upset. We need to decide tonight, though, and quit bringing it up. We either are going to do it, start doing it, or not do it and drop it.
Well, I thought-
Somebody needs to make a motion, make a resolution.
And let's just do it or not do it.
Well, I
Yes or
wanted
not,
to
get
encompass
the
whatever we
respect of
needed,
it.
which is why I hope that God would write the resolution for us so that it would encompass and it wouldn't get us in any kind of trouble, legally.
Yeah, and my understanding of the conversation was that if we would decide who we wanted to file the report and what to, as specific as you can, what you want to be in the report. It doesn't have to be complicated, but it can be done by a motion and approved, or if you want to vote on it tonight and have me draw a resolution, I can do that as well.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
So what is the motion? And
Well, I think it's something that we could just, Mark, do you have any preferences as to how you would like the reporting to go?
I do not. I just want a resolution that says who we want them from and what information we want.
Well, we've got the police department. They turn theirs in. And we have usually the fire department already. They usually do that. We have city manager's report, and we always have the finance report.
Yes, police report.
And the police.
Right.
I would love to just have something, not anything that's gonna take more than 5 or 6 lines. Just basically, you could go in and just tell me the number of
15 water
Codes.
leaks, 15 water leaks we had, and 15 sewer leaks
It's
we
all
had.
data. You can have a report on a page, or in a form to fill out. I'm not asking for
And
paragraphs.
that's not something Mark will have to do, though. Our employees will fix it. I don't mind doing it. I
My
just
problem
need to
with
know
that,
what.
Joyce, is that that's what
The
the fire department was doing, and we nitpicked the hell out of it.
All right, now here's the fire
We
department
wanted to
report.
know what the breakdown of what each call was.
We got a report here from the fire
Yeah.
department right
Yeah,
here.
that's
So,
what something
I
on the
mean,
back.
you can't have one and not the other.
The break.
That's right.
Yeah,
The fire department's
There's
report right
fire
there,
department report.
it kinda is weak.
Well,
My
but that's
opinion.
exactly what she just described, so.
Right.
But to ask them to break down in city and out of city is not a difficult thing. Because in city and out of city, there's two different, that's two different things. And I'm as supportive of the fire department as can be,
I am too.
that's another one. I think we need our names up there when we got the one down there, the building down there at Kane. I worked for that. But I do think we need to know in and out of the inside city limits and outside city limits.
Absolutely.
And that's all I nitpicked on. For that. And I think we have, but I do think those kinds of things, the number of complaints and the number of complaints addressed, I'm just looking for the number of complaints. There are other things that might go with that. The number of times that the community center is rented out tells me how many times Carol has to come in. And when you go to vote on whether she needs a raise or not, she may need to have her salary, when you go to look at those kind of things. And when I vote on something, I'd like to know. that's all I'm saying. Now, you may not agree with that.
What
I'm
about
just
the
saying.
water and sewer?
Same thing.
Same thing. Just a form that says they
I'm
fixed
just
so
writing
many
down
leaks.
what we said with
Yeah.
police and fire. Check. Mayor, recorder, check. So we're talking community center codes, water and sewer.
So who turns in the water and sewer report? Is that Mark? Or
That's
is
what I
that
was
John?
asking. Does
Yeah.
Mark do it or
I
they
mean,
do it?
but it's not difficult to say we put in this many taps and we repaired
Oh,
this
it's
many
absolutely
leaks.
not
It's just a
difficult.
form. It's a form.
It's not, whatever y'all ask for, I'll get it done. That's not difficult.
how many codes did we have, and did we accomplish any of them? Are they still open or closed?
Because I pulled this open tonight and read, not tonight, but this weekend and read it. There's things in here that I've never heard of before, and I'd just like to be a little more informed. And I think that's not so hard to put that in that report. This one right here, response from station 1, 2, medical call, that
Could
tells
be
me
added,
a
Rob.
lot.
We had 15 and 5 is 23. I mean, 19 and 5 is 23.
47. You both said.
Well, I mean, I think he means right there that they responded at one time. 23, both of them responded.
Okay.
And that tells me a lot right there. And it's not difficult. I mean, I could. This says that they did a lot.
Well, I'd like to see it split down there, was which ones was in the city and how many was in the county.
Yeah.
Because I know we're spending a heck of a lot more time out in the county than we are in the city.
Well, I don't doubt that.
I'm 99% sure it's right.
Okay.
A lot of the calls too, now I don't know what it's going to take, whether it's a state law that they've got to respond every time an ambulance goes out. It may be, I don't know. I called the ambulance Sunday
Yeah,
night,
they generally do.
but I specifically said I don't need the first responders coming to my house, because I don't want 5 or 6 of them wading mud all the way back through there when I'm sitting there taking care of them anyway. And I can wait on the ambulance service that long, and I'd throw her in the truck, carried on Columbia Pacific. But I
I want as
requested
many as I
the run.
can working over there.
But I don't want to wait mud, dude. I'll sit there and watch them.
I said I want as many as possible,
Our
trying to
responders
save
do
me
go
when
to all
I'm
calls
done.
in the city limits. I mean, the city, they go to the calls, right? Regardless of ambulance is coming or not, right?
I would have to ask Matt, the details
I mean, I would
of
think
what
they
they do,
would.
but.
Whether that's the right thing to do, I don't know.
We get to as many calls as we can, where we think we can be of assistance, or where we're dispatched, which can make a difference.
Okay, so we got a motion in a second.
And that's to have the reports in addition to the police and fire, town administrator and finance, also to include the number of codes complaints filed and how they're resolved,
Yes.
the number of times community center is rented, and then
The time, the time she spends after hours of doing, or however, I hadn't really thought on that, but she spends a lot of time. I see
I don't think
because
we
I go
need to
back.
get into how much time she spends, because then we're gonna have to get into
The
how
other
much time
to
each
just-
spends.
Yeah,
Let's do it just across the board, just to report.
okay.
Let's start there, I agree. Yes.
so that's the motion, and second, it's been seconded.
We need to vote.
And what we.
So what do we want from the
Sewer.
water and sewer, whatever?
How many leaks, or how many leaks
Leaks,
are left? or
yeah,
fixed
leaks,
that day?
calls that they had to make. I mean, those are extra things that they, I'm assuming they do besides testing every day. We know they test every day. And then we've got public works, anything.
Well, do it, we need to, okay, add public works to the list.
What does the public works do?
Brush, streets,
We know every
They-
Wednesday they do brush.
Yeah.
I mean, they can probably tell you how many,
if we did anything with ditches or the, retention pond, that would fall under that.
and that would fall under if we had a chart that just says all the things that they did, then they could put that they did that particular month. How many times? It's not anything real
No,
difficult.
but we need to give specific direction as to what we want, or they probably can't read, another can't read none of
Well,
it. Cause I don't have one.
All I know is it's getting close to Jackie's bedtime and trying to.
That's mine too, I better get
Well-
Let's get this done.
Yeah, I just did.
well, can we just do is that there would be a form filled out, a form for them to fill out.
Who's gonna fill out, who's gonna make the form?
Mark. No.
Mark, Chris,
I can
Chris,
Yeah.
something simple and easy, they just check, fill out
Uh-huh.
comments.
How many times, how many brush piles they picked up this week? I mean, some weeks, like now, there's probably, I don't see many brush piles out this week. It's right.
They're all down in her field.
Well,
They're all down in Jason Darnell's field.
But that's what they'll be doing. So, that's where I'm at. Trying to be fair.
Well, I think as long as everybody knows what expected and we know what we expect, then should be a piece of cake.
Where does accountability come in if one of them doesn't show?
Then
Just
what?
get a form up.
Get a form up.
I'll get along with it. Just make a road, somebody done, we got a first and a second,
Yeah.
then what we gotta be, whatever. And then Mark's gonna do the form.
Mark's gonna do the form, and he'll have it, I'm assuming, next month, and if you don't like the form, you can change it then.
There you go.
That sounds good.
Thanks, Mark.
Got a first and second. Any more discussion? Call the roll.
Alderman Joyce?
Yes.
Alderman Hill?
Yeah.
Alderman Faulkner?
Yes.
Alderman Morgan? Yes. Alderman Williams?
Yes.
Anything else on there? I think we beat the reports dead. Old business ordinance 20-1.218 and 2018 building code, second reading.
Make a motion.
Second.
We got a first and a second. Any discussion on that? Everybody know what I'm talking about?
I do need to make one change to the citation, but I can do that after it's approved. Before
We
it's
have,
signed.
one thing was that we want to make the citation on about them putting in the line that would upkeep if something went wrong with it.
That's a separate, that's on the easement for we can talk about that.
Okay. I knew it was on one of them.
Yeah, this is just a change in the statute.
We got a first and second. We call the roll.
Alderman Joyce?
Yes.
Alderman Hill?
Yes.
Alderman Faulkner?
Yes.
Alderman Morgan?
Yes.
Alderman Williams?
Yes.
Ordinance 2020-2 TOSHA ordinance.
There's several things in this that I'll have to fill in the blanks correctly, just, blanks where it should have our name or where it has somebody else's, but this being the first reading, I'll have all those blanks filled in correctly. This has to be updated every 7 years, and our last time for updating it was 2013.
I'll make the motion to get the first reading out of the way.
I'll second it.
Got a first and second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Alderman Joyce?
Yes.
Alderman Hill?
Yes.
Alderman Faulkner?
Yes.
Alderman Morgan?
Yes.
Alderman Williams?
Yes.
2020-4, approve U.S. bond RFP for purchasing cards.
This is where we sent out an RFP for purchasing cards. This is going to replace our current credit cards. And what is unique about purchasing cards is it allows me more control over the use of the card. You can limit vendor codes so they can only use it at certain places. You can put in a daily transaction limit or single transaction limit.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
First and second. Everyone know what he's doing? What we're doing?
I used to be hard to work, I know.
Yeah, keep up with the money.
Yep.
Gonna call the roll?
Alderman Faulkner?
Yes.
Alderman Ward?
Yes.
Alderman Williams?
Yes.
Alderman Joyce?
Yes.
Alderman Hill?
Our company's just done one.
Resolution 2020-5 approval of borrowing funds.
Is this for the bank?
Now,
Or for your building?
this is for water and sewer projects. I put in 1.6 million as a draw loan. This is going to pay for the $1 million project that is estimated with the county to put in the 12-inch water line. It's going to pay for roughly $300,000 sewer line up to the Crutcher Road, and then about $250,000 worth of water plant upgrades that need to be done.
No, this is through the
I'll make a
water.
motion.
This ain't ain't got nothing to do with the upgrade we're gonna have to do later, is it?
No, and
This
all,
is separate.
all those projects were included
Yeah, all
Well,
these
before,
projects have
yeah.
been.
when we talked about our increases.
Especially Crutcher's Road and all that.
And the $1 million, you know, with the county, that's, you know, yet to be finalized and determined. But that's where we did commit to joining them in some way toward that project of 31A.
Understood. I'll second the motion.
Got a first and a second. Call the roll.
Alderman Joyce?
Yes.
Alderman Hill? Yes. Alderman Falconberry?
Yes.
Alderman Norton?
Yes.
Alderman Williams?
Yes.
2020-6 authorized loan agreement.
This is just basically to authorize the loan with the bank that we're going through.
Okay.
Second.
Got a first and second. Anything else on it? Call the roll.
Alderman Joyce?
Yes.
Alderman Hill?
Yes.
Alderman Falconberry?
Yes.
Alderman
Yes.
Williams? Alderman Morrison?
Yes.
2020-7 approved consultants for TDOT projects. It's not ready yet to be brought up.
That's correct.
Load up full front. Resolution 2020-8 approved contract with J.R. Walford.
This is the one for the study on the wastewater that we talked about.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Got a first and second. We'll call the roll.
Alderman Falconberry?
Yes.
Alderman Norton?
Yes.
Alderman Williams?
Yes.
Alderman Joyce?
Yes.
Alderman Hill?
Yes. Approved contract with Marsh County Board of Public Utilities.
I'll second.
Did anybody read this? And I read it, but I was in the car when I read it. There was we had the word sale when it was supposed to be sale. I don't know if that affects anything in there somewhere, but I don't see it now.
I do.
Do you? Where is that?
I guess it's the first page. It says Marsh County Board, blah, blah, blah,
Agrees to sell water to the Chapel Hill Water System.
So this is
Now, it needs a verb.
I know, I mean,
this is they're going to include this in their application to the state to pull out more water or for their intake out of Duck River, to say that they do have to sell us water sometimes.
well, I mean,
They may want to correct
Correct that
proof
word.
read here.
Okay.
it's just a spelling error.
Yeah.
Any conversation? We'll call the roll.
Alderman Joyce?
Yes.
Alderman Hill?
Yes.
Alderman Falconberry?
Yes.
Alderman Norton?
Yes.
Alderman Williams?
Yes.
I moved to, Jared.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hey, I'm
Oh, I
talking
keep
200.
forgetting about that
I've been
other
since
business.
2:30 in the morning. Don't, yeah,
We do have to take care of one more thing, if it's okay.
okay, go ahead.
The moratorium ends today if we don't extend it, so that's something that y'all need to consider.
Yeah, I would
I'll
like
make
to,
a motion.
for 120 days.
Second.
That's how many days this man said the engineer said he'd
Yes.
take to work up something on the sewer thing. That way we know which route we got to go. Hopefully come back down. How many more sewer taps we're allowed to give out and how many more water taps we're allowed to give out.
And if we need to extend it from there, we extend it further.
Right.
About 120 days?
Yep.
And Mark, what was the timing that the engineer estimated they'd have the report?
They put it in the contract, 120 days. I had him put that in there.
Okay. So, yeah, well, if that's the basis for the extension of the moratorium, that's fine.
We got a first and second on that. Extend it for another 120 days. You'll call the roll.
Alderman Joyce?
Yes.
Alderman Hill?
Yeah.
Alderman Falconberry?
Yes.
Alderman Norton?
Yes.
Alderman Williams?
Yes.
You're gonna tell them about crackdown.
Oh, yeah. We had a ex-police officer passed away. Hometown boy, lived here, brought up here, raised here all his life. It's James Darty. He was one of the officers that we got hired over the phone from me while I was in Saudi Arabia. And I think we ought to send some kind of
Absolutely.
flyers or something for him and his family.
I got more
Morris hired him, and they asked me before that, I think, I called back. Yeah, well, I was all good for him. Morris knowed him, I knowed him.
He's affectionately called by the kids at that time to crack down, because he would always go, kids, I'm gonna crack down on you, I'm gonna crack down on this.
He had a good place on him, yeah.
I got the one last thing. I want to commend Mark for the LED lighting project. I think it looks fantastic.
I do too.
They're not quite as, in my mind, quite as bright as I thought they
I
were going
agree
to be
with that.
over there.
I
But
love
they
it.
look fantastic.
I thought they would be brighter too.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're not.
Thank you for chasing that down for us.
It's just right for
I tell you
me.
what, cut him up a little bit.
I could recognize you on the street.
I still can't see in that corner of
We
Don's
should have
Drive.
some before and after drone pictures before too long, but I can
Yeah.
show you.
And they didn't waste a minute throwing those things up.
They
They,
went fast.
yeah. When they started putting up the new lights,
Are they
were
done with
just
all
like
of
that.
There's still a little bit of work left to do, but it's things that they're not just changing them out. They may have to add a pole here and there to get the rest of it done.
But like I said, I think it looks fantastic. Thank you for your time and help on finding this out.
Thank you.
And when you do, whoever gonna call and order whatever flyers gonna order something, put it down there from the Chapel Hill Police Department and town and city and all, okay? On that, all the city employees going to it. Because he did work for the police department, I think it'd be nice coming from them. You might wanna go up there and check with some family, or I would do it for you and let you know if they want y'all to do anything.
So let me know.
Before them, you know, talking about leaving or
Yeah.
whatever. Because I think he'd be able to be buried in Swanson anyway.
Yeah.
But, you know, if we gotta do anything special, we need to do it for him.
How she lived
He was,
everybody.
I know, he was Friday night, he was at the ball game. And my memory of him is, of course, I had Britain and all the neighborhood kids were up there, they were camping out. And somehow they got 911 called.
Oh, somehow the neighbors got.
Well, no, it had those things, emergency numbers, and one of them hit the one button that dialed 911, and he's at the door, is there an emergency here? And we're like,
Only those 25 boys in my backyard in tents.
yeah.
My big German Shepherd got out. I wasn't at home, I was somewhere, I don't know where I was at. And got out. He wouldn't bite a biscuit, nothing else, you know. And he run up down the road out there. And Casey James slammed up in the driveway real quick. Jumped out the shotgun, came right back. Don't shoot Jackie's dog! Don't shoot Jackie! He didn't know I had it. that was all right. Yeah, he made the motion to adjourn.
I would like to make a motion to
I
adjourn
second.
if the mayor's through with this.
Anything else? We good to go?
Good to go.
Good night.
All right, now that that part's over, are we doing anything for Carolyn?
We